Welcome back to Entre Femme, a podcast between women. Once again, happy holidays. I hope you spent your Christmas very well. As you can tell, we are still in our Christmas spirit. All right, so today's topic, we will be discussing, can you trust someone who betrayed or disappointed you? So today we have Damaris and Olivia by my side, and we will be discussing this topic. So let me start off by asking you, Damaris, can you give me an example of how someone can betray you, or what you count as a betrayal?
Betray, like right now, our ladies, is something that going on everywhere. You can trust someone, and then at the last minute, the person will betray you, and the person can use somebody that you trust, really trust, can use that against you. So like having your best friend that you trust, you give him all your heart, but at the last minute, at the end of the day, he betray you, so you feel very disappointed. So.
Okay. And how about with you, Olivia? Can you give us an example of what someone can do to disappoint you?
Thank you, Christy. From my opinion, sending money to someone, to your parents that would need it, and that person use it all without giving to them, even without let you know that he needed or he used it. For me, is a big thing.
Yeah.
Yes, a big time.
So just piggybacking off of what you're saying, you sent them money, and then instead of giving it to your parents, they used it for themselves. So how, as a woman, did you find it in yourself to forgive that person?
I have to look up in my Christian life to be able to do so, because it's really not easy, especially that when you know that your parent need it and you yourself, you don't have it. So you work hard to get that amount of money for them. So you really have to have Christ in your life to be able to go over it.
Yes. That's very true. Sometimes as women, Christian women especially, we are disappointed or people do things to hurt us, but we always have to go back and rely on our faith in order, to ask God to give us that strength to forgive others. So Damaris, I wanted to ask you if you can give us a real life example of when maybe, let's say, one of your friends may have betrayed you and how you had solved that problem.
If one of my, I have a lot of examples, but let me just go with one right now. If my best friend betrayed me, like having you around me, and the next day I know you testing my husband, you trying to have a relation with him without letting me know. But as a woman, when you marry with your husband, sometimes you take his phone and trying to read, and you see all that text message. If I find out, it's kind of hard for me to forgive you. But as a Christian, I forgive you, but I will take my distance.
Okay. You bring up a very good point, because now you have a problem of trust between your friend, and possibly some women might have also a problem with their husband. Exactly. So in a relationship, in a marriage, how are you able to be able to still trust your husband? Because some women will say, it takes two to tango. So it was my friend and my husband who was also a part of that. So how are you able, or let's say I'd like you to give advice to women out there. How are you able to trust your husband when he does something that may, betray your trust?
I mean, I trust my husband because he's not the one that testing the lady. It's my friend that testing him. So for me, I trust him, because even my friend tests him, he don't answer, he don't say anything. but my friend will keep pushing because she needs something. So in that part, I just forgive my husband because he's not a problem. The problem is my friend. But my friend, I would just forgive you as the Bible asking us to do so, but I will very, very take my distance because you can plan something to hurt me, you know. So, yeah.
So moving along to you, Olivia, I'd like to know, if you decide to forgive the person, does that mean you trust them as well?
Wow, that's a question. It's really hard. It would be very hard. It would be a long process for me to trust back that person. Like Damari said, I will really take my distance. To trust him back, I really need some strength for that. Yeah, and then maybe what I can do is just go back to my pastor, to the Word of God, to see if it was Jesus, what he will do. I know we will say that if it's Jesus, it will let it go. Yeah, but as a human, it's really hard. It's really hard because I don't gonna say something and it will be a lie. It's really hard to forgive like totally and start back the relationship. For me, it's that we need to learn back how to trust each other and how to go to another step, how to move forward. But trust back, it will be hard.
Yeah.
It will be very hard.
It'll be hard. Let me ask you an even tougher question that some women might even be struggling with. Sometimes they may be betrayed by their partners through them cheating. So how would you navigate that with your relationship?
I know one thing. The Bible says love, true love, forgive everything. True love, make commitments. And for me, that's the part I've just understand. You have your partner, your husband, your fiancé. Yes, one of them cheated on you, but the Bible says to forgive. The same way that you want you to be forgive when you do something, the Bible says to forgive and to not come back on that case ever. That's the only way that you can bring back your trust. Because if every time you guys have a fighting, you guys have something, and then you have to bring back over and over, that can destroy your marriage or that can destroy your relationship. And I know what I'm talking about when I'm saying that can really destroy everything that you guys try to build through those years. So just go back to your Bible. I know it's hard. It's not easy, but we need to try to live like Jesus said. Because for his love, he gave his own life for us. So we are human. We cannot give our life for others, but we can go back to the Word of God and decide to love over whatever happens.
So, Damaris, one of our viewers asked us the question that what if your miracle or your blessing is in the hands of the person that betrayed you or deceived you? How are you able to, let's say, accept that blessing? Or maybe if they say, oh, I want to pray for you, how are you able to allow that person to pray for you after they betrayed you?
That's a really, really, really hard question. I mean, I will let you pray for me, maybe in the distance, but not putting your hands on me because I don't know what you're planning. You probably have something over there, you might slap my face. So I will you know what? Sometimes we are human beings. It's kind of hard. We talking about the Bible is true, but sometimes some stuff we have to pay here first. So you have to show that person that whatever he doing or whatever she doing, you know. So after that, you guys can go back on the Bible or trying to fix that. But praying for me, I'm not going to let you put your hands on me. I will let you stay over there and pray. Even my blessings is coming from you, because I know that in the Bible, God knows what He doing. He know why He choose you to pray for me. Maybe my blessing is coming from you, but you stay right there and pray for me. Yes. That's it. Yes. But I forgive you, but now I forget what you did to me.
Yes.
That's the point.
Yeah, I think a lot of us struggle with the forgetting part of forgiveness, you know. And I think in Corinthians it says that, yes, love is kind, love does not boast, love does not hold grudges. So that forgetting part is sometimes part of that grudge. And you brought up a point in regards to if someone is, you know, hurt you and then they want to lay hands on you, you let them do it from a distance. So in that sense, you're exercising a sort of personal conviction. The Bible does tell us to test every spirit. So, you know, you may not know what they have in store behind that prayer, but if you pray, okay, God, you know, whatever they're saying, let your will be done. So if God wants to use them to bless you through their prayers, and that will be able to happen. Yes. So Olivia, I would like to ask you the same question. You know, how can you accept someone who betrayed you to pray for you, or how would you react?
For the truth, I don't gonna allow him. Yeah, because like that, it will be really hard though. It will be very, very hard to allow that person to come in your intimacy again, because it's like allowing the person to come again in your intimacy. So maybe what I can suggest to that person, go to talk to the pastor, and maybe both together, yes. But that person by himself, that will be really complicated. Yeah.
But the Bible says if somebody slap you with the left hand, just let him slap you in the right. So for that one, what are we supposed to do as a Christian? Do you gonna let that person slap you again? Because the Bible
says we are human beings. We are human beings. And being a human being do not give you that, you know, that power to let another slap from that person. So you will really, dictate, look into whatever action that person is doing. So, like I said, everything is convictions. You really need to be convicted. Yes, my blessing coming from this person, I have to let him do it. Otherwise, like the Bible says, whatever he's doing is not convicted is a sin. So I do not gonna, if I'm not convicted to let you do it, I'm not gonna do it, because I will be, doing a sin at that point. I will be lying to myself. I don't want to lie to myself, saying that, oh yeah, because in front of people. But what about the front of God? You're not true in front of God.
That's true.
So I better be ready. My heart will be open unto it before let you come in.
Yes.
And for me to be able to do that, you have to come with someone. A pastor, another brother, so that maybe together we can try to work something out. But face to face like that, I can jump on you. No. So, as a woman, you guys know how we react sometimes. But it's not. It's really tough.
My last question for you guys is on the topic of trust. Now, how much trust can you put in a person? because like you both mentioned that we are all humans. So because we're humans, we are susceptible to, making human errors and making human mistakes. But as women as well, and especially as Christian women who walk in love, who walk in, generosity, we sometimes find it very easy to sort of just put my trust in you. I just met you yesterday, but, I put my trust in you. So how do you guys navigate trust? What makes you trust a person? And do you guys set personal limitations for you to make sure, you don't trust fully in a person? For instance, when it comes to certain secrets, you may not tell, certain people everything. So I just want you guys to give us a bit of advice regarding trust.
Okay, in my case, I'm the kind of person who, when she met someone, I give everything. I don't know how to give half and, hold half. I don't know how to do that. And sometimes I receive a lot of slap through that. But for me, human being can be good. But at the same time, I would just say, before trusting someone, go put your knee down and ask God to give you, the clarity to see what is coming. Because whenever you do not ask God in stuff, and then for the first person coming, you throw all your life in the end, when the comeback come, sometimes that can put you so down that you can even lose your spiritual life.
That's very true.
Yes, so you really need to know, and I'm talking to myself too, I really need to learn how to, trust people, but in the way that I have some room for myself so that I can navigate through that room, so that when people hurt me, I do not really feel it that hard. So.
Damaris, how can you advise us to trust more on God and not on man?
My advice is to, by your knees, is to pray for everything, because you can forgive that person as a human being, but if that person still have something behind, they can still hurt you more, because the person know what he doing. But if you trust in God and you put you pray with faith and everything, I think God is able to put you in the good direction with that person, or God will show you what that person is planning again to hurt you. Because we have seen a lot of examples. Some people, they go to they do things, but with the prayer, God will show you in your dream that this person want to hurt you. So when you know that already, you know how to present yourself to that person. You will very be careful talking to that person or being friend with that person again. So about trust, I can trust you 50% and then keep the rest for my prayer, and to God lead me and shows me how to be with you. That's all I can say.
So, like you were saying, Dama, the person who hurt you too has to come to you and ask for forgiveness. Because, okay, you did something to me and you did not say you just don't care. That's gross. You have to come to tell me that you willing that I forgave you, for me to be able to forgive you, and then to go to the Christian path, to go to the Bible, and to go to pray. Because some people, when they hurt you, they really act like they did not do anything to you, like everything they did is normal, and they're moving forward in their life. So this part too is important that we understand. Everybody understand that you have to come to me. But if you can't, if you want to go back to your God, ask forgiveness to your God, that's fine. But you need to, when you come to me, I need to know. You need to show me some kind of, regret for what you did. That was really important.
But sometimes, how do you know that the person is not faking his forgiveness?
I mean, for me, the point is not the person that's faking it or not. I'm sticking the word. Oh, you came to me, oh, sorry for what I did. Okay, I forgive you. If you faking it, that's on you.
Because some people, they can fake it and then try to hurt you more. Because they really want to be friends. Because like they say, to get your enemy, you have to be close to that person. Mm-hmm. So they can come and act like, forgive me for what I did, for what's going on, whatever. And then trying to get your forgiveness. And then tomorrow again,
they're pushing. But that's why God said, whatever you did, you need to have that God to tell you that you have to go before moving forward. Because it's not because, let's say you came to ask for forgiveness, that tomorrow I have to come back to you and give you all my secrets, all my, like, whatever I'm dealing with in my marriage, or whatever I'm dealing with with my friends or family. No, it doesn't work like that. You need to be clever, to see that, okay, yes, you ask for forgiveness. I'm not gonna go anymore to you to say stuff to you.
Okay.
I will really keep a lot for myself.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's good.
Thank you both for both of your inputs and your wisdom and your sound advice. We all appreciated this conversation, and I hope you at home, as you're watching, you had something to take away from this. In conclusion, I would like to remind everybody that everyone is human and everyone has the capability to feel betrayed or disappointed towards another human being. But by the grace of God and through the strength of God, forgiveness is able. We're able to forgive, whether it is our friend or a loved one or anyone else. So we also want to remind you that it's more important to put your trust in God as opposed to man, because man will always fall, man will always disappoint you. But as you trust in God, He will give you that strength that you need. And as Olivia had pointed out, it's important to make sure that you pray for a discerning spirit so that God may be able to tell you who to trust and who not to trust. Thank you so much.